no mai hoki mai. Welcome back to Park in Pakuranga, and what a game we have just seen from Japan in the Cup quarterfinals, Taylor. That was brilliant, and they continue now against Australia and the Central Storm, but that was a special game.
Oh, absolutely. The Japanese team have proved to us, everyone, why they were worthy finalists last year, and they have knocked out New Zealand, which is a huge scope considering the calibre of players that were in that side, and very deserving. The skill set was impeccable, and now we've got another fantastic quarterfinal in Australia and the Central Storm. Well, I think this Australian team have set the benchmark as well in the competition, and I mean, if that last quarterfinal was anything to go by, this one is going to be fantastic.
Australia commanding form on day one. 3 wins by close to 50 points. They were outstanding, and they are certainly one of the form teams heading into the championship day here of the World Schools. Central Storm as well, a very good opening day to make it through to the Cup quarterfinals. Wins over Samoa, Wales and New Zealand, Fiji. And so Australia to get this Cup quarterfinal underway in beautiful conditions at Bell Park. And it's there for Weatherston and the Central Storm. An early penalty though, so an opportunity immediately for Australia to get on the front foot just outside of the Central Storm 22. Ball in behind though, and we've got work to do for Leilani Hills. Here they come through. Elaro, she was brilliant yesterday, straightening the attack, finding holes in the opposition defence, and now Kola, we know she's got plenty of pace. She's ridden to ground in a good tackle though. Here they come again, Australia. Elaro a lot deeper with this pass, and now they manage to find a hole. This is excellent play from the Australians, and Amalie Hala is going to score the first try of this quarterfinal.
Well, what I liked was the patience of this Australian team. They went from left to right, trying to find some space, manipulate some holes in that Central Storm defence, and to be fair, she probably shouldn't have got through there because it was 3 on. Just the footwork of the try scorer, Hala, was outstanding. And she opens the try scoring account for Australia in this quarterfinal. But just the delivery of each pass from all the players was spot on. You can see there another great pass, and then straight into the hands, and then a left foot step, and she still had 3 defenders around her and was able to just accelerate off the mark. Great try to Hala.
I think she almost considered her options for the pass, didn't she, and realised there was acres of space in front. So Australia, they strike early. What have the Central Storm got here now through Tonya to ground through Smith, and they'll just look at their options down the short side through Weatherston, but another penalty. So Australia will go again from the same spot as last time, and Elaro, she's got a good fend on her, plenty of power too in those legs, and they're just 6 metres out here. Australia creeping across field, and Bette Kola's going to wheel it in. And just like that, 2 very quick tries to this excellent Australian side.
Oh, absolutely. And what it started was the work at the breakdown. The first try was from a breakdown penalty. This next try also came from a breakdown penalty. So the Central Storm probably need to just send one more person to secure the ruck. But this Australian team are making them pay, and it was the quick tap from Elaro, and she was cut just short, but then again, just the right foot step and the pace coming from try scorer Bette Kola. And again, this Australian team looking great. Central Storm have not been able to go inside the Australian half in this match yet.
Shannon Parry, of course, in charge of this Australian side. So much experience in that coaching box as well. And off we go again. Kola looks interested, but it's fallen nicely for the Central Storm, and they win a penalty as well. Good take by Olive Weatherston, and off they go quickly. Playing deep again and looking for a wee bit of room down the right here. Still just going to ground. And it's still alive though, and Collar almost snapped that up on the intercept. Away they go through Mikey. So dangerous, looking to create something now, Smith. And again, they're wrapped up. This time, the yellow card as well. So that'll help the cause of the Central Storm. Australia lose their number 6, Amelie Haller. Again, the defence, for the time being at least, is holding up. The extra player though now, the player is in touch, Olive Weatherston.
Well, I like the intention there from the Central Storm. They use their big ball runners like Alexis Toniai to take the ball in, and she did commit 2 defenders, and she got the pass away, but unfortunately her teammate just running out.
Piper Simons for Australia. Going to create something off this line out here. Just 10 metres inside the half. Down a player though. It might not matter though. They've got plenty of pace, plenty of speed on the outside. This is excellent. Leilani Hills. She was brilliant on day 1. And she wheels it round for a try in the Cup quarterfinal on day 2.
Fantastic pace being shown by Leilani Hills, and what confidence it gives your team scoring when you're down a woman as well. So 7 on 6, and they still managed to score on the outside, and that's purely due to the pace of Hills, and she's been outstanding this week, and we've already seen her a few times do exactly that on the outside. It's great to see someone just backing their pace.
So Australia showing their quality on display. Down a player and still managing Hills to get on the outside of Kensington.
It's a beautiful sight seeing people in full flight, isn't it? Great running technique.
Time it's back underway again. 3 tries to the good Australia. Can the Central Storm side find a way back into this Cup quarter? They might hear through Smith. It's brought down though, and they win a penalty here, Australia, so that's unfortunate. Just trying to get something going, Central. Where did that? Now, there she is again, the familiar figure of Elaro, pops it off the goaler and tries to get it back to the number 12. It has gone forward though, says the referee.
Difficult position for Central Storm to be in. What they need to do is get a good exit going on, so whether they just run directly out or try and put a kick on, but they don't have time to play around with it down this end of the field because that rush defence of Australia is incredibly strong.
Some pressure coming, but it does spit out for Smith and the Storm right on the goal line. The 1 player advantage though, of course, and they'll try and put that to good use down the right here. In fact, back on the field now is number 6, Amelie Haller, and they've got a turnover here, do the Australians, so they're looking for a 4th try. This would make it really difficult for the Storm if they can score here, and Alaro might do it herself, tries to pop it away, goes forward as she had Piper Simons ranging up in support.
Well, interestingly, they're in that same position that I said that they needed to exit out from. I said they probably shouldn't go wide and try and play with it because Australia turned the ball over, and they're very lucky that the Australians did force an error themselves, but they need to exit properly here as opposed to try and go wide because at the moment it's just playing with fire.
And it goes Smith playing from deep. Can they find something special? Kensington close to the far touch. It goes fishing it out. Weatherston. Again, this Australian defence been very good all tournament, creating opportunities just like that. And the ability to score off turnover possession has been one of the highlights of this Australian team. And Amelie Haller, again, one of their best through the weekend, puts a big exclamation mark on this first half.
Well, it's the defence, isn't it, of this Australian team. They just didn't give that Central Storm the option to get out of their own 22, in fact, in front of their own goal line because the defence was so smothering. And it forced the turnover for Central Storm, and they'll go into the half again with a healthy lead. And this Australian team has been incredible. 28 points to 0, they lead the Central Storm. And you know, we talk about the pathways of this tournament. There have been plenty of players who had played here at the World School Sevens, who are now playing on the HSBC 7 Series circuit. You've got the likes of the Levi sisters. No, Lily Dick was also playing here, Maddie Hayes. Saw Faith Nathan as well. So many of those Australian players have played at this very tournament. So don't be surprised if you see a couple of the names on that Australian team playing right here in a few years' time on that circuit.
Yeah, the Australian team's heavily involved in the youth program at the Australian Academy. A number of the players, of course, playing at state level. And just a fantastic experience. A lot of the chat during the week from all of the teams was getting the chance to play a level of opposition here in New Zealand. But as we saw that last quarter-final, outstanding performance. The game is developing all around the world. Congratulations on a wonderful effort, Japan, over New Zealand.
Our referee, 4 points, the boy girls are doing a fantastic job. Give them a round of applause, please. Well done, team. Hard job, somebody's got to do it. Well done.
Just get the feeling, Central Storm have looked good at times, Taylor. Just need to keep the ball in their hands. The pressure of the Australians on defence has been magnificent.
Oh, absolutely. I think they just need to play a territory game. They just need to get down that right end of the field and try and force a turnover with this Australian side. But at the moment, they're looking like a well-oiled machine.
Mahi gets the second half underway. This cup quarter, and here may be an opportunity for the Storm if they can take it. No, still there with Australia. As Mahi goes in to make the tackle. They win a penalty as well. So this is just the start they were after. Off quickly. Pioneer and trying to set the Central Storm side alight at centre field. Over the ball, Petikola, she's brilliant on both sides of it. And there's the turnover again. Elaro spinning it away. Hala now looking for the inside pass and just manages to pass away though to the Storm and Mahi. But it has been lost forward.
Oh, what a turnover from Anaya Cruikshank. Just goes to show how strong you can be if you can effect the tackle, get to your feet quickly and get in over the ball and show the referee you've got a strong position. You do wonders for your team. And just as much as we talk about, you know, the attack and the defence of this Australian side, their work at the breakdown is also very impressive.
Simons digs it out. The Australians again through Hala, central part of their play. Excellent footwork. They win a penalty as well. High shot to call. Hala, away they go quickly, shifting it on. Wereta. Making some real inroads, this Australian team, just inside the central half. And again, back-to-back penalties. So looking for a bit of wood once more. Hala wants her hands on it. She's got it. Amelie Hala shifting it away beautifully. Here they come. Sawaso has just into touch, losing it on this near side.
Well, Central Storm showing some good defence. Unfortunately, just coming away for that Australian team. Trying to offload it in the tackle.
Smith fires it in. They win their line-out ball. In fact, it's on the side of the Australians. Good effort in the air. And Simons, he's got great footwork, but that's another high shot. The referee might dig for the pocket here. She does, so the Storm lose a player. Ngatuiri Ongli. And Piper Simons will get a chance to set the platform, set the table again for Australia just inside the 22. Hala running the line, fooling everybody. So do the Australians again. And Piper Simons, just like that, extends the lead in this quarter.
Well, that's what happens when you've got a woman in the bin. It was just a mismatch when they were numbering up with each other. Instead of leaving the winger alone, I think they just kind of decided to fill in the spaces, and then just a little bit of razzle-dazzle with the ball in two hands, pretending to go to the left, pretending to go to the right, and then just a hole opened up right in front of them. And unfortunately, that kick is just away. So they extend the points by 5 with a player in the bin, so immediately making the Central Storm team pay.
The gap opened up, didn't need a second invitation. Piper Simons, so good on her feet. And playing some quality sevens rugby. Australia. Ruby Nicholas. Plenty of time for more. Can the Storm just find something? Not allowed to get into their game at all here in this cup quarter. And again, good defence on Smith by the Australians. Under all sorts of pressure. Intercepts on galore as Hala makes a good tackle, 5 out. And just look at the hunger for the ball. Again, desperate to try and get outside of the 22. Hala again, and this time they do win a penalty. One just rode up slightly high. Mahi is good on her feet, can't find the supporting player in Kawana. The Storm, off they go, passing it straight to the Australians though. Hala has it on the 10-metre line. A good, strong attacking play here as the Australians have more front foot ball and a penalty to work with. Simons away to Nicholas. Plenty of numbers away to the left here. Gray, she's got brilliant feet. Does Georgia Gray. Big cutout ball. How's the bounce for the Australians? It's good. And in the corner they go again, and this time it's Ella Carlisle who score it.
The footwork again from this Australian team. It was good scrambled defence coming through from the Central Storm, but their ability to recycle, go left to right and try and find some space in the Central Storm team is outstanding, and in the end scoring on the edge. A very comprehensive performance from this Australian team, and they'll progress through to the semi-finals.
They've scored an average of 50 points across the tournament. Have Australia. It's been their dominance on attack, but as we said, defensively too, they're very sound. And the skill set, Taylor, on display, very, very high from this Australian side.
Yeah, they just look like a well-oiled machine. They all have well-rounded skill sets. Everyone great on attack, on defence, at the breakdown. Just a real teamwork being shown.
Nicholas, the restart, the mistake off the kickoff, and Australia again looking away to the right. That's the way they continue to go. Hala just looking for a player to straighten it. Maybe Cruikshank will do it on the 22. Again, we've just seen it. Will we see it again? A big fend this time. And Carlisle does get the ball away, and there is the other try to Georgia Gray.
Another high-quality deal from Australia.
And this Australian team mean business at the World Schools.
Oh, absolutely. This is a quarter-final, and they've managed to put on 40 points on a very good Central Storm team. So it just goes to show how clinical this Australian side is. And we expected nothing less as well. Remember, they've been away for a few years because of the COVID-19 travel restrictions, and then they've come back like they've never left. And it just is testament to the program that they have in Australia at the moment.
Unsuccessful full time. Congratulations, Australia. Victorious.
So through to the Cup semi-finals go Australia, commanding form, and they have beaten Central Storm here at Bell Park 43 points to 0.
New Zealand Bowling supporters, you here? Kia ora. New Zealand supporters, you here? We've got a medal, thanks, man.